deer out here. I think they probably came out of the field a bit ago.
Yeah, those are those does, I think. I got a buck. Where's he at? Up there on the ridge line. Above the rocks. She's moving from left to right. He's behind her.
You see him? 285.
He's not going to be there very long. He's getting antsy. He's not very big. He's not very big, though. Now, if they were just 180 or 190 inch muleys, that'd be awesome. That would be. Boing, 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 boing.
I'm Sergeant Retired Kody Wilson. Spent 6.5 years in the United States Army, 2 deployments to Iraq. Second one in 07, Samar, Iraq, hit a roadside bomb, about 600 pounds of HME. Flipped the truck, took my left leg below the knee, knocked us out for all of a minute or two, and woke up and the truck was on its side. Didn't really know my leg was gone immediately then. My LT pulled me out through the gunner's hatch, and then I got on the side of the road and knew it was gone, and knew I was bleeding quite a bit. And I mean, we hit, a monster ID that was in place and planted perfectly. Been getting around for a while now. It's been dang near 7 years, and the outdoors has kind of helped me get out and relax and get rid of some of that stress a little bit. The recovery, I mean, after losing a leg, I mean, everybody, is going to have their own reaction. Anything I do today, if there's nothing I can't do, you just do it. You might have to do it in a different way. It's either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. There ain't nothing you can't do.
Sergeant Wilson comes to us by way of Banded Brigade Outdoors, a nonprofit group that helps wounded veterans get outdoors with their fellow soldiers while putting some meat in the freezer.
If you do something you're passionate about, it never feels like you're working. We chose who our target audience would be, and we wanted to take care of veterans of all generations, veterans of all eras. And this thing has really grown and taken off. And it's really, it is our mission to make sure that the veterans on our events get something out of it. Whether you've been wounded externally or just internally, we all carry some burden with us. We want them to know they matter to us.
If it wasn't for these nonprofits such as Banded Brigade doing the outreach, and Grateful Nation for focusing these shows on wounded vets, and we wouldn't have the opportunity to come out here in Wyoming and do this.
The amazing folks of Graybull, Wyoming have opened up over 80,000 acres to help wounded warriors like Sgt Kody Wilson enjoy the freedom and adventure of the outdoors through the nonprofit Banded Brigade.
Banded Brigade Outdoors is a Texas-based organization, and we are Texas about all that we do to begin with.
We're here in Graybull, Wyoming. The townspeople, we don't know why, we don't know how, but we have been adopted by the townspeople of Graybull.
So I got a call about 18 months ago from a guy who wanted to put on a hunt in Graybull, Wyoming. So we took a chance, came up here last year, and they opened up the town to us. They rolled out the red carpet. This town embraced us with open arms. 43 different landowners in this town donated their land for us to shoot on.
Basically, once we get our veterans here in town, they supply everything needed to take care of them for the entire time that they're here. And I mean, our hats are off to them. We don't know what we did to deserve this type of gratitude and this type of reception.
These people, their generosity is just overwhelming. They absolutely stepped up.
Banded Brigade has 10 veterans here, but our focus is on Sgt Kody Wilson, who lost a leg to an Iraqi IED. Now, Kody is so fired up for this, he cut his honeymoon short just to be here.
Yeah, I come on this trip, and we went down to South Padre for my honeymoon. Just got married a week before and spent our honeymoon down there, and this trip came up about 2 months ago, and I already agreed to it. We were kind of going back and forth between wedding dates, and it just happened to fall about 2 weeks before this trip, and the honeymoon pushed into a week. The wife's just been real supportive and knows what these trips are, more camaraderie than anything.
As happenstance would have it, we matched him up with a local guide, Jerry Ewan, and he and Kody clicked immediately. And so typically at Banded Brigade Outdoors, we provide a lot of support to our individuals while they're in the field. In this case, our support became secondary and even tertiary. He had Jerry. He had what he needed for the most part.
Straight off the honeymoon, up to the mountains in Wyoming. So we're gonna get up here and try to bag a deer this morning.
Jerry took us up to the high country where he sets up his yearly elk camp. And that's where we were looking for some muleys.
Right here, right through the trees. He's looking at us. Never experienced weather like this or big mule deer body. Everything looks big up here.
We saw some deer, didn't have any real opportunity to get on them quick enough, but the wind played havoc with us, and having any shot over 100 yards would probably be darn near impossible because of the crosswinds.
Shoot, they must have been 20 inches wide and big body deer.
Just because we have some great places to hunt doesn't always mean we're going to find the right animal, be there at the right time. Some of them were too far away, some of them were too small, but we did see a plethora of deer, and which got our hopes up that we were going to see something.
This deer wasn't really the focus after this first day. I was hanging out with Jerry, Vietnam Purple Heart veteran. Was shot about 10 feet off the ground off an LZ, and sharing stories with him and getting to bond and the camaraderie with him, and that's more what it's about than hunting.
We're in Wyoming's Bighorn Basin with wounded warrior and newlywed Kody Wilson, who shortened his honeymoon for a crack at his first mule deer buck.
I was feeling the pressure this morning because I got a call last night asking me if I got anything because she just bought a $300 deep freeze. So the pressure was on this morning, so we took our time.
And we covered a lot of ground. Right now we're moving towards this edge. How's it walking with your prosthetic and this stuff?
Not too bad. Lubes it up a little bit.
Yeah, good deal. We did set up on one ridge, looking down to this one area near Beaver Creek, I believe it was called, and basically just glass those fingers, glass those crevices, glass those creek beds and bottoms.
2 does.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 does.
Boy, we've seen a lot of does here, haven't we?
Yeah, they're coming down now. And there's one coming off the top too. There's 2 more does on top. Oh, there's a buck. We got a buck.
On that ridge.
There, he's moving now.
Where's that bruiser at? Boy, they're hard to see in that sage.
It's kind of deceptive, isn't it? When you look down there, how many folds and where they can just disappear like that.
Real tough hunting. I really respect these guys up here working those mountains. To adapt to that amount of time of coming out from Kansas or Texas, it's a totally different environment.
Here, let me give you a range real quick. Got the range, which was about 298 yards. As we set up and we were about to take the shot, he just got kind of cold feet and didn't want to shoot at that distance. He thought it was just a bit too far from the shoot. So we ended up passing on the deer. But man, what a great encounter. And there was, a lot lesser men would have just threw some lead down range because it was a nice deer. So, so be it, it's his hunt, and that was his prerogative.
I was with the 101st Airborne. I spent all my time in the Army with the same platoon, same battalion, same everything. I wouldn't have had it any other way either. I got hit May 18, 2008. Obviously you got to adjust to, look down and you don't have half your leg or a quarter of your body. But I've seen a lot worse. Like I said, the camaraderie of joining the service, what I was looking for, leadership, and it all come even, it didn't end when I got blown up and lost my leg.
Like with Banded Brigade Outdoors, you guys all band together and help each other. And on this hunt, I see that.
The results of the hunt were immaterial to the participants we had. For them, the thing that mattered was camaraderie. For them, the thing that mattered was sitting around and talking to other veterans and realizing, wow, there are a lot of people out here with a kindred spirit to me that are very similar to me. We've chewed on the same dirt. We've faced the same circumstances. We've been through this. I'm okay.
And not just you guys, though. I mean, look at the landowners and these ranchers.
Absolutely.
They're out here and they're offering their services, their land, whatever they can do to say, thank you very much.
Brotherhood is the main thing here for Banded Brigade Outdoors. But the vets, they still want to take home some venison. So we're counting on our guide, Jerry Ewan, to make something happen.
We did manage to find some deer. We looked at maybe a 12 or 15 does and a couple bucks, one pretty nice one. But we did not find what we went in for.
And that's a mature buck at a comfortable range for Kody, which tops out at about 200 yards. Sun's just coming up here, and we just came out here waiting in the field here to see if we got some deer out here in the field. We're kind of down to crunch time. Sgt Kody Wilson, he's got to leave out of here tomorrow morning early, so we got today, this morning, and it is crunch time, so we're going to move up here and check. So, fingers crossed.
Hopefully the deer are moving down there, getting ready to get up off their beds, and we'll see them moving.
Now his wife, she wants him back home because it's their honeymoon still. The other thing is she just bought him a deep freeze, and he doesn't want to go home empty-handed, so he's in this dilemma. I mean, he doesn't want to just shoot anything, and we don't want him to just shoot anything. We want him to be happy. We want him to have a great hunt. Well, we go out this morning, and we glassed this field. We could see some deer out there, but couldn't quite tell what they were. Now, as the sun comes up and we're behind these bales of hay, we were able to actually glass and see that there were a few bucks out there.
We got on this alfalfa field. This has been my favorite spot to hunt, these fields. I mean, they're all packed in here. It's just the matter of picking out one that's big body deer, a lot of meat. We had 4 or 5 bucks out there working a couple does.
And as the light came up more, we could tell that one was a beautiful, beautiful little shooter. And not little, it was a nice deer. And Kody is sort of thumbs up, I like this deer, you know, let's go ahead and move forward and let's go ahead and do it. And kind of snuck in there nice and quiet, got his shooting stick up, got his rifle up there. He's got this pressure to get back home to his newlywed wife and his new child. He's got the freezer to fill, and these deer came through the field, presented a perfect shot.
I mean, he's about 150, 155. Walked right in the sweet spot, turned broadside, and we made a clean shot, and here we are.
Sgt Wilson was able to make an outstanding shot on this deer, dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
He quit.
Wow.
That's how you're supposed to shoot.
Last morning for Kody, and a little bit of success here. Good shot, bud. Good shot. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, from here to there, it's a 168. That's okay. Good shot, bro.
Thank you.
Now, that freezer your wife bought can be filled up, right?
That's right.
She won't be mad at you.
I won't be kicked out.
Let's get there and take a look.
Let's do it.
We made the recovery. He was able to call and text his wife and let her know that the freezer would be full, that he would be home on this day. But it turned out just really wonderful. He's not moving as good. Oh boy, look at him, he's a dandy. All right, yep. Here we go. Look at that.
I think we're
Look
good.
at that, huh? Give me that stick, man, get up there. Go check him out, look at that.
Yeah, it was right down to the wire. It was close to the end. Kody could have gotten nervous. Kody couldn't have got a case of the yips that morning, and Kody didn't. Kody took that shot, and it was a good shot. And the glee in Kody's face when he turned around and looked back at me and said, yeah, I got him. That right there is the stuff that we absolutely thrive on in this organization and on hunts like this.
Your first muley, bro.
Flappers, man.
Huh?
It's awesome. Good looking deer. Big body.
You made us wait here. Came down to crunch time, didn't it?
It did. Last hour and a half. I gotta get in the car.
Yep.
I wonder if they'll let me pack him on the plane with me. I doubt it, but
It's nice to be out here and to have success.
it is.
And for you to go home and have success. Especially since Mama bought a brand new freezer for you, right? Well, we need to get that ram out here so we can get her loaded up here and get you on a plane, right?
Took us a couple of days to do it, but we found some really nice animals. We saw some incredible country.
Spent 2.5 days stalking deer, saw some reasonably good deer. The distance was a little bit far for Kody to get a good shot. We decided rather than just winging a deer or just firing shots downrange, we wanted to find the right animal at the right distance that Kody could go ahead and get. Kody was successful, therefore the hunt was successful.
I want to thank Banded Brigade Outdoors for bringing me out here. Those guys are top notch. And Federal Premium, Savage, Bushnell, all those guys provided me the weapon to take this deer down.